Why rules after 40? Matter there is a moment, often quiet, sometimes abrupt, when the frantic energy of youth meets the steady ledger of time. Turning 40 is not a deadline. It is an appointment, a meeting with reality, with responsibility, with the truer measure of who we are. If your 30s were a rehearsal, the years that follow are the performance. The mistakes you tolerated then compound. The habits you neglected now weigh heavier. The opportunities you postponed demand honest accounting. Stoicism does not promise comfort. It offers armor, clarity of thought, strength of character, and rules to live by that protect the future you will inhabit. These are not rigid commandments imposed from without. They are practical rules, steady, plain, and tested, that when adopted, make your life more robust, calmer, and more meaningful. So this hour, let us walk through 100 rules, grouped into chapters, designed to protect your future after 40. They are the distilled counsel of experience and Stoic wisdom. Small disciplines and large decisions. Not all will suit you. Choose the ones that do and make them yours. Chapter 1. The Mind Rules 1. Rule 1. Control the controllables. Focus your energy only on what you can change. Worry wastes precious currency. Your attention. List daily what's within your power. Your effort, your words, your choices. Everything else is noise. Practicing this repeatedly clears anxiety and gives you a reliable inner compass. 2. Rule 2. Reduce noise, increase clarity. Turn off the unhelpful background, endless news loops, social feeds that breed comparison, conversations that scatter your focus. A calm mind is a precise instrument. When you reduce external clutter, you begin to hear your own priorities. 3. Rule 3. Think in probabilities, not certainties. Life is uncertain. Stop pretending otherwise. Learn to estimate likelihoods and plan around them. This reduces regret and increases resilience. Stoics asked, "What could go wrong?" and scheduled their courage accordingly. 4. Rule 4. Practice daily judgment checks. Before you act, ask, is this judgment accurate? Am I exaggerating danger or minimizing benefit? Small cognitive checks prevent big mistakes. This habit fosters better decisions and fewer surprises. 5. Rule 5. Own your inner narration. You invent many of your troubles in the inner monologue. Choose sentences that serve you. Replace "I must be liked" with "I will act rightly." Language shapes destiny. Curate it. 6. Rule 6. Keep a thinking journal. Once a day, paraphrase your biggest thought and why it matters. Writing clarifies muddled thinking, records growth, and exposes repetitive errors. Marcus Aurelius wrote for this reason, to teach himself. 7. Rule 7. Be brutally honest about your capabilities. Assess what you can do well and where you are mediocre. Build on strengths. Delegate or remove what you are not prepared to master. Honesty conserves energy and avoids costly pretensions. 8. Rule 8. Learn to disagree without losing yourself. Conflict is inevitable. Stand firm on facts and values, but separate that from your identity. You can argue and remain grounded. The Stoic remains sovereign over emotion amid debate. 9. Rule 9. Think in schedules, not in emergency mode. Plan months ahead. Build rhythms. Work, rest, reflection. Emergencies feel omnipotent when you have no plan. A schedule transforms crisis into manageable tasks. 10. Rule 10. Practice premeditation of adversity. Visualize possible setbacks calmly and prepare. This isn't pessimism, it's rehearsal. When difficulties arrive, you respond with practiced poise rather than shock. 11. Rule 11. Shorten your feedback loop. Don't wait months to learn whether a choice works. Small experiments yield faster data. Adjust faster, waste less time, gain more certainty. 12. Rule 12. Build a circle of honest counsel. Choose 2 to 4 people who will tell you truth with kindness. Buffer decisions with their perspectives. Pride shrivels under honest friendship. 13th rule. 13. Limit your big decisions to mornings. When willpower is fresher, choices are cleaner. Postpone major decisions until you are composed. Fatigue and noise distort judgment. 14. Rule 14. Keep learning, slowly and deeply. Pick subjects that matter to your life and return to them. Depth beats breadth after 40. You'll be rewarded by mastery, not trendy trivia. 15th rule. 15. Practice intellectual humility. Admit when you're wrong. Real wisdom grows from correction. The person who insists on always being right cultivates stagnation. Chapter 2. Emotional mastery. Rule 16. Name the emotion, then choose the action. Labeling calms the limbic system. Say, I feel anger, then ask, what constructive action follows? Naming gives distance between feeling and deed. Rule 17. Never react in public what you cannot fix privately. If a reaction will escalate, postpone. Public theatrics cost relationships. Stoic strength chooses repair over spectacle. Rule 18. Convert pain into a project. When hurt arrives, transform it into a plan. Improvement, study, or boundary setting. Pain recast as work becomes fuel, not poison. Rule 19. Avoid emotional debt. Don't postpone necessary conversations. Unspoken resentments compound. Address issues directly, without drama, and you'll save future grief. Rule 20. Withdraw, don't bolt. When overwhelmed, retreat to think, not flee permanently. Temporary withdrawal for clarity preserves long-term ties. Rule 21. Practice gratitude without sentimentality. Recognize what you have with precision. Gratitude grounds you in reality. It is not rose-colored fantasy. Rule 22. Cultivate equanimity through physical skill. Endure a little daily, cold shower, breath work, or steady movement. Building small tolerances improves emotional poise in larger storms. Rule 23. Mourn well and move on. Grief is tribute to what you loved. Allow it, honor it, then live again. The Stoic path is not to deny sorrow, but to carry it without collapse. Rule 24. Don't let past self-images cage your present. You are not permanently the person who made every mistake. Act now as the person you want to be, and the brain will follow. Rule 25. Keep expectations realistic. Hope intentional. Hope without action is fantasy. Expectation without contingency breeds bitterness. Plan, hope. Do not demand an outcome. Rule 26. Be careful with emotional investments. You can invest time and heart only so many times. Evaluate return. Does the relationship produce mutual strength or repeated drain? Rule 27. Learn the art of letting go. Releasing attachment is practice. Train by releasing small things until larger ones become manageable. Detachment is not indifference, it's freedom. Rule 28. Seek solitude, not isolation. Some silence heals. Use solitude to recalibrate. Do not convert it into avoidance. Solitude that leads to clarity expands your capacity to love. Rule 29. Use ritual to stabilize emotion. Simple routines, morning reflection, evening review, anchor your heart. Rituals are scaffolding for serenity. Rule 30. Embrace disappointment as a teacher. When expectation fails, ask what it taught. Disappointment often points to misaligned values. Learn, adjust, and keep your dignity. Chapter 3. Relationships and boundaries. Rule 31. Choose people who improve you. Relationships are not sentimental bookkeeping. They are mutual cultivation. Keep those who push you toward virtue and joy. Rule 32. Be loyal, not blind. Loyalty is rare and precious, but loyalty without moral sense is complicity. Stand by people who deserve your faith. Rule 33. Learn to say no without apology. A boundary stated calmly is a teaching for others and a preservation for you. No explanation is often the cleanest answer. Rule 34. Stop trying to fix everyone. You can only guide, you cannot rescue. Presence and honest counsel are gifts. Rescuing fosters dependence. Rule 35. Keep romantic standards simple and firm. After 40, you know what really matters. Respect, curiosity, shared direction. Avoid lists of superficial traits. Choose depth. Rule 36. Talk about money clearly. Financial blindness breeds resentment. Discuss values, budgets, and shared goals early and without shame. Rule 37. Practice conditional generosity. Be generous, but not to your own detriment. Help should empower others to stand, not keep them dependent. Rule 38. End things with dignity. If a relationship has reached its natural close, let it end honestly. Dragging endings prolong pain and dishonor both parties. Rule 39. Protect family, but don't be complicit in harm. Family ties are sacred, but not sacred enough to permit abuse. Love with firm boundaries. Rule 40. Show up consistently. Small, predictable acts of care matter more than grand promises. Reliability builds trust that lasts. Rule 41. Choose conversations over rage. When you disagree, seek to understand before being understood. The Stoic bridge is patient inquiry, not immediate rebuttal. Rule 42. Public display is not a substitute for private work. Don't prove love in public while ignoring the private obligations that actually sustain it. Substance beats spectacle. Rule 43. Expect change. Practice flexibility. People evolve. The wise relationship adapts. If both evolve in shared direction, the bond strengthens. If not, make choice. Rule 44. Manage in-law and third-party politics with neutrality. Keep your own household's peace. Do not be pulled into other people's rivalries. Your neutrality often de-escalates conflict. Rule 45. Mentor generously, but with boundaries. Share what you've learned. Teach those who seek, but keep the transaction explicit. Your time is a resource, not a limitless gift. Chapter 4. Wealth and Work. Rule 46. Build margin in time and money. Buffer against shocks. Savings and slack time are the two most underrated tools for long life. Margin buys choices. Rule 47. Let money serve your life. Don't live to serve money. Wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Use it to secure values, freedom, and capacity to give. Avoid endless accumulation without purpose. Rule 48. Keep income streams diverse. Relying on one source is risky. Build skills that allow multiple streams, consulting, royalties, investments. Redundancy is resilience. Rule 49. Value work that builds character. Prefer work that trains patience, discipline, or competence. Prestige without character tends to evaporate. Rule 50. Negotiate from competence, not ego. A calm mastery of facts beats performative bravado. Prepare, then state reason firmly. Confidence grounded in competence wins durable gains. Rule 51. Retire the fancy lifestyle before you retire the income. If you can't live modestly while working, you won't be able to when income drops. Practice restraint now to preserve freedom later. Rule 52. Automate the basic good habits. Retirement accounts, savings transfers, and health routines should be set on autopilot. Automation removes human error. Rule 53. Learn enough finance to make smart decisions. You don't need to become a financier, but you must understand the basic math of compound interest, fees, and risk. Ignorance costs dearly. Rule 54. Guard against lifestyle inflation. As income grows, spend mindfully. Contrary to the image of success, rising costs of living can silently erode future comfort. Rule 55. Align career moves with values, not vanity. Titles and recognition fade. Choose roles that align with your integrity, not those that simply impress. Rule 56. Say no to toxic cultures. You have the leverage of experience. Don't tolerate environments that require moral compromise for advancement. Rule 57. Build a professional reputation that precedes you. Let work speak. Reliability, quality, and calm under pressure create reputations that open doors without dramatics. Rule 58, mentor younger colleagues with gravitas. Share networks, not just advice. Introducing someone to the right people is often more valuable than a meeting of words. Rule 59, keep learning marketable skills. Maintain cognitive mobility. New tools and platforms emerge fast. Adaptability is an economic defense. Rule 60, plan for a second act. Consider what you'll do if you leave the primary career. Designing a purposeful next chapter keeps the future lively and secure. Chapter 5, Health and Discipline. Rule 61, treat your body as non-replaceable capital. Your body is the instrument of your life. Invest time, sleep, and movement. Later regrets are often repairs that cost far more than prevention. Rule 62, sleep is non-negotiable. Produce better tomorrow by sleeping well tonight. Caffeine is a poor substitute for rest. Prioritize restorative sleep as the foundation of performance. Rule 63, move daily, even lightly. Walk, stretch, or lift. Consistent movement maintains metabolism, mood, and mobility. Small daily habits compound into decades of capability. Rule 64, eat for sustained energy, not short thrills. Favor foods that sustain cognitive function and stabilize mood. Meals that spike and crash your energy shave off long-term productivity. Rule 65, build strength, not just cardio. Muscle preserves independence. Strength training prevents frailty. Strength is practical. It keeps you moving through life's demands. Rule 66, use discomfort as a teacher. Short sessions of intentional difficulty, fasting, cold exposure, intense effort, teach discipline and widen your tolerance for discomfort. Rule 67, guard your senses from constant stimulation. Earbuds, endless screens, and bright lights maintain a high baseline of reactivity. Let your senses rest to reclaim calm. Rule 68, schedule preventive health checkups. Catch the small things before they become big. Early detection is often the difference between quick repair and long struggle. Rule 69, build recovery rituals. When you're taxed, know how to recover. Sleep, movement, time in nature, and quiet reflection. Recovery is not passive, it's strategic. Rule 70, keep dental and joint care current. Minor maintenance in these areas yields major dividends in comfort and function. Small investments preserve mobility and dignity. Rule 71, practice slow breath work daily. Controlled breathing reduces stress and improves focus. It's a simple lever of control available at any moment. Rule 72, avoid drug dependence of any kind. Substances that steal willpower or dull cognition undermine long-term agency. Habit-forming comforts cost more than they pay.
Rule 73, limit alcohol to a few occasions. Moderation preserves sleep, weight, and emotional stability. The occasional celebration is different from a habit. Rule 74, test your limits, then expand them gradually. Progress is incremental. Don't chase extremes without a foundation. Build a staircase of small, consistent improvements. Rule 75, build mobility for the years ahead. Flexibility and joint health permit active living into late life. Yoga-like practices and mobility work are investments in future independence.
Chapter 6, Legacy and Meaning. Rule 76, write your will and your values. Legal arrangements matter, so do moral ones. Record what you want your life to say. The exercise clarifies priorities and spares loved ones needless confusion. Rule 77, teach what you know. Not to be praised, but to be useful. Mentorship is a double blessing. It passes down lessons and refines your own thinking. Teach to serve, not to boast. Rule 78, practice small acts that outlast you. Plant trees, start a scholarship, build rituals that survive you. Legacy is made of tiny, repeated offerings. Rule 79, keep your reputation untarnished. Character compounds. A good name opens doors for descendants and protects the relationships you value. Rule 80, be intentional about memory. How do you want to be remembered? Live with that answer in mind. It's an unlikely but powerful litmus test for daily choices. Rule 81, use wealth to create options, not to buy approval. Money can buy time and freedom for your family and causes. Spend so that your children inherit opportunities, not dependency. Rule 82, record family stories. Oral history becomes myth without preservation. Record names, choices, mistakes, and triumphs so the pattern of wisdom lives on. Rule 83, choose philanthropy that multiplies. Prefer initiatives that teach independence, education, entrepreneurship, and skill building. Charity that creates new actors is enduring. Rule 84, teach financial literacy to the next generation. Wealth without wisdom is fragile. Teach the math of money and the grammar of values so others can steward legacy responsibly. Rule 85, think about your final projects. A life's capstone could be a book, a foundation, or an art project. Start small now, finish with dignity later. Rule 86, build emotional inheritance. Model how to suffer, forgive, and recover. Your example is more instructive than any lecture. Rule 87, curate your belongings with intent. The things you leave should tell a truth, not clutter memory. Keep what matters and let go of hoarding. Rule 88, be present in final conversations. Make time for last words and reconciliations now. Later, opportunity recedes. Presence is the highest legacy. Rule 89, protect the quiet authority of eldership. Aging can be dignity. Use voice, not volume. Speak sparingly. When you speak, make it counted. Rule 90, accept mortality with composure. Preparing for death is preparing for life. The Stoics called this memento mori, a daily reminder that clarifies what truly matters. Chapter 7, Rules for the Soul. Rule 91, speak truth softly, not sharply. Honesty need not be cruel. The Stoic voice corrects without humiliation and teaches without humiliation. Rule 92, keep pride under stewardship. A healthy pride respects accomplishment without becoming arrogance. Let accomplishment be a tool for service. Rule 93, cultivate amusement that sustains you. Joy is not frivolity. Choose hobbies and friendships that renew you rather than deplete you. Joy is a discipline too. Rule 94, practice forgiveness as practicality. Forgiveness frees you to use your energy elsewhere. It doesn't excuse harm, it releases you from its grip. Rule 95, live so you can explain your choices to a younger you. If you met your earlier self, what would you say? Act with such clarity that the past would approve. Rule 96, habitualize temperance. Excess is seductive and destructive. Curate pleasures, practice restraint. Temperance preserves freedom. Rule 97, choose silence before cleverness. Words are costly. Speak only when you can improve a situation. The Stoic values impact, not inflated expression. Rule 98, turn obstacles into practice. When life frustrates you, practice patience, skill, and adaptation. Obstacles are the gym of virtue. Rule 99, keep your final circle small and chosen. As you age, grow selective. Let your inner circle be few but fiercely loyal and honest. Rule 100, make each day a quiet victory. The future is guarded by what you do today. Small acts, repeated, build an invincible life. Win the day and the years follow. A Stoic close, you have now heard 100 rules. Some small, some large, all practical. They are not commandments to perform for strangers or mottos to post and forget. They are a curriculum for a life that refuses to be shredded by avoidable errors. Let me leave you with a few final reflections, because rules without heart still leave a hollowness when you step into the evening of your life. First, make peace with the slow arc of improvement. Stoic growth is patient. You will not rewire decades of habit overnight, but if you practice, persistence compounds. A single day of virtue will lead to a second. 10 small betterings become a new character. Do not demand miracles. Demand steady devotion. Second, expect friction with the world. As you adopt discipline, you will alienate those comfortable with their own compromises. They may call your clarity cold or your standards rigid. They will be loud because you are quiet. This is normal. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that the world will be meddling, ungrateful, and jealous. And he trained himself for that knowledge. Anticipate it, and you will not be surprised. Third, protect your inner domain. The Stoics said the only true freedom is self-mastery. When your habits rule you, you are not free. When you rule your habits, you are sovereign. Sovereignty is not a solitary throne of pride. It is a practical condition. Fewer emergencies, fewer regrets. More time for the things that last. Now a few short quotations offered for reflection, not as authority to be worshipped, but as companions for your practice. Let them sink briefly into the soil of your life. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Don't explain your philosophy, live it. These are not calls to coldness, they are calls to clarity. The Stoic path embraces love, courage, and warmth. But it demands discipline so that love is not mistaken for weakness, courage is not confused with recklessness, and warmth is not coerced into enabling harm. Finally, an invitation. The rules you've heard are great companions. Choose a handful to integrate first. Do not overwhelm. Pick 20 that resonate now, practice them daily, and return for the rest. Build the life that can withstand storms and the life that can welcome calm. And when you feel the tug of doubt, remember this final Stoic test. Ask whether a choice increases your freedom or erodes it. Choose freedom. Choose steadiness. Choose daily victories. If this hour has given you anything, a phrase that steadies, a rule you will try tomorrow morning, a new way to measure decisions, then do one practical thing. Press subscribe, join the Stoic wisdom path, and be part of a community that chooses calm, competence, and care. Walk forward gently, build quietly, live with the dignity of someone who knows how to protect tomorrow by what they do today. The years ahead are not a threat when you meet them with discipline. They become a field to harvest. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next lesson.